Hello, Musto0063 back for I Want to Be the Sublime Part 2. And I have numerous housekeeping things to say. I'll kind of spread them out over maybe the course of the video, depending on how the boss goes. But one thing I do want to address right up front is the game audio sounding kind of thing. Terrible phrasing, whatever. For video 1. So basically, I had the added task of not only recording my voice, but the voice of my co-commentator Liam, and also the game audio. And as at the time I recorded it, then it was just, I didn't quite have anything kind of, or the equipment kind of and stuff set up to be able to kind of record all of it. So something kind of had to fall a little bit by the wayside, and that indeed was the game audio, or the game kind of music and audio background stuff while I was playing the game. So what I've kind of done was go back and put in at least the music for what was on screen at the time, but I've not obviously tried to match anything to do with the deaths or anything like that. So yeah, that's why the game audio sounds a little bit kind of weird maybe for the first video. I'm hoping to address that by the time that I end up tackling part 3, which I'd like to invite. I'd like to have Liam back as a co-commentator for, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to quickly address that. And one other quick thing before we go into the boss. See my mouse cursor, even if you can't. To the right hand side of the screen, you might notice that there is a block that's slightly discoloured. I've got 3 of the 4 eye blocks on path 1, and I'm obviously missing one. So that would be where eye block number 4 is. And the block I'm currently standing on would ordinarily, well, does indeed rise up to that area in order to get it, but it doesn't do so until after you've beaten the boss. So I'm going to have to return to this screen later and get the 4th eye block. But yeah. Case in point demonstration that it doesn't rise until you beat the boss. So, whoops, thanks for the game audio pause, which just freaked me out completely. Hey, enough of that, let's actually kick off boss 1. This isn't an orb. Thief. This is my game, and that's my onigiri. Can I have my orb? Who is the Sublime? Am I? Aren't you the prescribed? No, only the described, sadly. This town is full of didgeridoos! And with that, it's Alex Kidd. And one thing I want to state right up front, because I'm sure I'm going to screw up horribly and often, and thank you for that placement, is I am coming at this boss after a mammoth, in my terms at least anyway, break from I Want to Be style games. So I literally have not touched any I Want to Be game, or indeed this game, since before Christmas. So you've got to be kidding me, right? No! First go was that. I got into phase 2. I was not expecting it, and I was just in a completely wrong position to anticipate what was going to happen in phase 2. And phase 2, if you can survive the transition from phase 1 to phase 2, is a breeze in comparison. I don't believe that just happened. Not only from a death point of view, but first flipping go. I spent like 30 seconds saying, oh god, I'm rusty, this is going to take a while. I don't believe that! How in the world did that even do that? Oh, I nearly got him again! I can't believe that. That's 2 phenomenally good goes. Not... for me anyway, no matter when I'm doing this, let alone having not played either this game or any I Want to Be game for over a month. Gee whiz. I don't believe that. Anyway, in case I end up doing this rather quickly, of course now I'm just going to be here half an hour, what longer, whatever. It's Alex Kidd. It's obviously kind of based somewhat off of what we kind of seen in Path 1, the second half of Path 1 anyway, somewhat based off of Alex Kidd in Miracle World. So yeah, I guess it's an appropriate boss for the path. And it's one of those bosses that you don't want to do that on, that looks really simple because he doesn't seem to do much, and he keeps his distance. For the most part, anyway. But ends up being a lot trickier than it looks. essentially because, well, A, Alex and indeed his fire shots move incredibly quickly, and it can be a hell of a thing, you know, to try and dodge them all. You've got, no, bloody hell, why is this happening to me? Yeah, they are incredibly quick, or they are much quicker than you would kind of think. Once you kind of get into a rhythm of not just standing on the platform like an idiot. Admittedly, I did try and walk off, but I screwed it up. Yeah, once you've kind of got into a kind of, I suppose, a rhythm of knowing where they're going to fire and the time at which they're going, at which, you know, the shots are going to come at you, then obviously they become a little bit more predictable. But they still will they can still very easily catch you off guard. So don't kind of rest on your laurels. That was incredibly lucky. I don't know how I survived that, but I'll take it. I'm kind of optimistic again here. Right. Right, let's just concentrate and not screw this up. I'm being kind of careful here because this is a bit on a timer, this phase. And I need to kill him quickly, which I have done. I don't believe it. I'm kind of torn between, like, showing more off and whatnot, but... yeah, anyway. that's Alex Kidd! And, yeah, take a look at this. This had me freak the hell out when I saw it. I was just like, I can't remember how long it took when I first beat Alex, and it was like, really? Really? You put this in here? As a kind of like an after thing? And you've got to go through this to hit the save? As you may have kind of noticed there, I screwed up the jump. I think I made the second one. But, yeah, I kind of ruined the illusion. It would have been great if I could have pulled that off, but, no! Please do not tell me the game just crashed at the sound of, before I hit the save as well. I hate Windows 8. So, guess who's going to have to show off more of the boss? Windows 8. You are the bane of my existence. Now I'm going to be here half an hour, if not longer. I don't believe that. Admittedly, I could have just hit the save, but I was trying to make a point. I'm so pissed off right now. Why are you crashing now? There's no reason for you to crash now. Take 3. Oh my god. I could even accept the one with the spikes because, okay, fine, I just ran through all the spikes, making a hell of a lot of noise in doing so, and I presume that's what kind of caused the damn thing to crash. But the one you just gave me now, with you know, nothing going on, really? Why? What the hell actually happened to cause that? Damn it! I thought you were going to die, and I'm dead. Well, not die, but I thought I was going to get into the second phase. And yeah, it was just obviously about 1 or 2, probably 1, knowing my luck. But even regardless of how many it was, he was obviously pretty damn close. So I nearly had him down to the second phase. But yeah, combination of the fire, or indeed Jenkin, if you caught that as well. Thanks for the placement for where you decided to come flying into the screen. Meant I had no chance with that whatsoever. So anyway, maybe I should perhaps address the second phase while I maybe have the chance. I don't know. Basically, the transition to that second phase. You are annoying. Yeah, he got you this time without the screw up. Right, yeah, yeah, the fire kind of comes in at kind of obviously an angle from the top, and what you obviously want to do there is avoid it. Right. Let's just pause here, and please, for God's sake, don't crash. Yeah, the fire comes in from the left-hand side. You want to be over to the right-hand side, obviously, to avoid it. You can be... Oh, no, don't you dare. I'm sorry, I'm going to hit the save. I thought the thing was still working on a timer there, and it might have hit the save. Right, I've had enough of that. Ugh, right. Then now, if it crashes, I could care less, but I'm not going to have to do the boss again. Yeah, my panic there was because the screen changed colour again. I thought, if I explained before, that second phase is on a timer. If you don't kill him quick enough, you die. And I thought for an awful minute there that the timer, despite the fact that I killed him, was still in play, and that I might have still died having even beaten him. But yeah, as soon as you kind of get into the second phase, you want to be over to the right-hand side of the screen so you can dodge that fire arcing. You obviously could dodge it if you were more over to the left-hand side, but the fire shots move quickly, they're quite compact, and it's going to be quite a thing to dodge through them. After that, all Alex Kidd does is move up and down with that little kind of hand speech bubble over him, and the kind of the holograms of himself kind of teleport in and shoot down. We saw a little bit like them during the first phase. Path 1 in the room with the motorcycle at the beginning. There were those floating, moving up and down Alex Kidd as holograms, which killed me. So yeah, you just want to kind of, as soon as you see them, move out of the way. Ideally, what I was trying to do there was position myself on the right-hand side of the platform when one teleports in, so I could move to the left, keep shooting at Alex Kidd, and I'll avoid it. But yeah, anyway. That's well, I can't believe that's twice beating the boss, having come into this game incredibly rusty, and yeah, screw you, Windows 8. You still couldn't set me back all that much. And one thing I didn't say, well, let's just go on a little bit. I can explain a bit more once I'm kind of... Let's collect the icon. Celebratory music. And yeah, I'm not going to prove those are holograms anymore because the game's liable to crash. But yeah, wow. Right, let's go in here. And we'll save. I don't know why I went in over that side. Let's go in over the right-hand side. What on earth was I going to say? I can't remember. Probably something to do with the boss, but yeah, anyway, it's... Oh yeah, that was what I was going to say. I don't know if I got round to saying it. My memories are... as you can tell, I'm a bit kind of flustered at the moment. But because I'm playing a hard mode, he does have more health. Not a lot, admittedly, but it does take me longer to get him down to the second phase. So... yeah, there's a bit more kind of messing around in the first phase than there will be on normal mode. I believe, anyway, he has the same health at the point in his second phase, because, again, that is on a timer. And if you can't take him out, then you die. So they might have slightly more health, but obviously, as you just saw there, not enough to the point where you couldn't kill him, because he's got too much health for you to be able to kill him before the timer runs out. But anyway, yeah, that's me beating Alex Kidd twice. I guess for the rest of this video I could demonstrate a couple of other things and address those other housekeeping issues. So yeah, anyway, the fourth Eyeblock. So a nice little kind of thing. Let me save and then hover over this icon. So now next time I restart, I will start here. Without having to go through the entire path 1 again, which would be admittedly quite annoying, just in order to get that Eyeblock. If you shoot, and this will happen for all paths, if you shoot while on the icon, it will teleport you to... Thank you, I'll take that one. There was probably a nicer one you could have done right at the beginning of the boss, but since it's rat... No! Why do you drop me there? No! No, I don't want to be there. As you can see, every time you shoot, you teleport into a random screen on the path. So, no, I don't want to be there. I say I take the one at the beginning, at that last screen of the castle. Right, let's jump. And still not hit the save, and still fall in the blooming thing. Yay. No, we don't want to be there. Yeah, you teleport to a random screen. No, I don't want that one, thanks. And yeah, you can obviously it makes backtracking through paths for obviously items or eye blocks indeed that you missed or indeed couldn't get first time round. Very easy. Thanks. That was a cheap death. Come on, I want the screen. I know I can teleport in for the screen before the boss screen, so I know you can do it. Just a matter of pot luck. Yeah, come on. I will take this, provided I can... Right, fine. I'll take that. There. Right, let's just do this. I'm kind of wondering... No, I don't want to demonstrate it because I'll have to do it all over again. Basically, you can see this daisy, flower, whatever, that wasn't there the first time we went through this path. If you go in that, then basically you will return to the main hub. Remember the password: skull, star, wave, fish. Yay! Right, and yeah, with there being a daisy here, I could, if you go in there, you go back to the main hub. So if you were just after something in particular, like an Eyeblock, and you didn't want to clear the whole screen or get to an X save or whatever, or indeed have to go through. If you missed like one on the first screen and you kind of felt like, oh, okay, now I've got to backtrack through the entire path just to go through, then no. I will demonstrate once I've maybe got this. How that the daisy or whatever will indeed take you back to the hub world. But as I said, now you can see I've beaten the boss, so I can ride this platform up to this area. And here is our fourth Eyeblock. I'm going to restart that because the platform's gone away. And this could take me quite a bit of time. It's the lovely little standing on the edges of ledges with spikes on. If you can get, thought that was going to be it, you know. If obviously, if you can kind of get somewhat of a positioning, it's. I'm kind of conscious of my catchphrase, it's, being not too bad or whatever. It really isn't, but it can be quite frustrating, admittedly, because things like that as well. You can feel like you've kind of stood on the edge of the ledge, and then obviously when you try and jump away, you don't quite get off the edge without hitting the spike or whatnot, or you could feel like you've moved far enough to the left or the right to just clip the edge. So it can be a bit of a thing. It's a bit kind of tedious. Thankfully there aren't too many. As you can see, we've got to pull off 3 of these. I really don't think I touched that spike there. I'm more than confident that I'd pressed right enough to get away from that. But anyway, there's not a lot really. Actually, we'll perfectly demonstrate it because the only real way out of this screen is via the days anyway. I guess I could go back to the left, but if I get the Eyeblock and survive, then I might as well go to the right hand side and point out the teleporting back to the hub world. While I'm doing this, since there's probably not an awful lot left to say about this particular bit, some other. Damn it! I moved off, but didn't get my double jump. Some other brief kind of housekeeping. Issues. There's probably going to be a very minor change, not it's going to affect too much, I hope, to uploading schedules and whatnot. So I've kind of decided that I'm probably going to, what I was tending to do was upload, I mean days probably mean nothing because it's going to, obviously anybody could watch the video at any time, but I was tending to upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays in a given week, so 3 times a week. I'm probably going to move to doing like a Tuesday and a Thursday one week and then alternate, and then next week will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing. Probably, so it'll be five videos in kind of in a fortnight period rather than 6. Admittedly not too much, but it just gives me a little bit kind of extra time, what with, again, work kind of really picking up, and just probably for myself, just kind of, again, wanting to get into just doing other games without having to feel like I need to do formal gaming like Let's Plays or anything. Just a bit more kind of time, in between uploads. Admittedly, it doesn't sound like much, but over kind of extended period of time, it probably will make a bit of a difference. Particularly, actually, when thinking about doing my kind of Mega Man Let's Play Perfect runs as well, it gives me just that little bit of extra time to write scripts and whatnot. And also, don't feel like when I'm doing kind of Let's Plays like wannabe games that I need to get perhaps make as much progress. As before, because I'm kind of like, if I'm uploading one video less a fortnight, then I can afford to, spend time doing other things and not have to progress so much through the, as far through the game as I otherwise would have. So, bugger. As you can see, this is a pain. It's not the worst Eyeblock by any means, but it's still a pain. Admittedly, because you've got to go through this kind of rigmarole at the beginning. Although I just died there, but having to kind of spend this 5 seconds at the beginning every time, dropping down, getting on the platform, waiting for it to move further over the right, avoiding this spike, just is a bit, after the however many times I've already done this, probably at least 20 to 30 by now, if not more, is rather tedious. Yes. No. What else? Damn! I had 2 of them and I missed the 3rd. Last. And also, I also need to be very careful that I don't screw up the jump off the last one! And in case you were wondering what on earth happened there, I didn't get the double jump. And having recognised that, no. I try to kind of correct myself and obviously fall back into one of these areas, but trying to do so from a... Oh, I don't believe it, no. I'm kind of so paranoid about not hitting the spike on that final jump that I'm obviously messing up and not getting the double jump. But yeah, I obviously can try and correct myself if I screw up and land back, you know, probably on the area to the right. But doing so from a greater height is obviously far more of a pain in the neck. It's a very intricate movement you need to make, and the bigger the height at which I'm having to fall and do it at the same time, the more irritating and awkward it's going to be to pull off. Ah, last! I kind of feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but then things like that happen, and I'm back to square one, and I feel like an idiot. There probably is a benefit to getting a correct, in quotes, alignment for this. I'm sure that if I rubbed up against, say, the wall, the wall to the right of the save, that might make it slightly easier for myself. I don't know. Admittedly, it might only make it easier to land on one particular ledge, but not another one. I don't know. But I know that it's perfectly doable without having to worry about the lines. So yeah, I've never bothered experimenting with if indeed there is a preferred way. I just kind of go as I am. It doesn't usually take that long. It's still annoying though. No. I'm amazed I pulled that off, and then I gave myself the second chance and then screwed up. And what I'm kind of, I guess, trying to do is not miss my double jump, or not get the double jump. Is kind of be reasonably close to obviously the area I want to get to, and then just kind of try and feather the button to kind of land on it, because I feel like the shortest distance I kind of have to travel, either to the left or to the right, the greater opportunity I'll kind of give myself. I don't know if that actually is a good idea or not, but I've never had spent what I think is a real excessive amount of time trying to do this. Doing it that way, so I'll persevere with it that way, and obviously at the moment it's going dreadfully. Gotcha! I don't care about not surviving. Don't need to, the Eyeblock save. So yeah, let's obviously just get it. No, let's not. Let's die on the second drop down spike. Let's hopefully not die this time. Yeah, and we'll jump in the flower. And just for case of point, we will, yeah, go back to the hub world. And what I suppose I could do, just in terms of setting up video 2, because path 2 there is no real, you can't get to path 2 from here. So what I kind of need to do, so what I will do is hopefully just spend a bit of time randomly messing around. No, don't want to be there. Getting to the screen I need to in order to kick off path 2. If I get to okay, that one's fine. That's exactly where I wanted to be. So I guess we'll probably leave it there. No, okay. I'll tell you what. Let's kind of get off this kind of screen, because this is nothing. This in itself is nothing new. So I will at least kind of get to the first screen that is completely new to path 2. And I don't believe I can make that double jump up there. No, I'm still going to have to go to the right. What I don't have to do, fortunately, is the jump up with the spikes at the top, or the candles, or however you want to think of them. Oh no! I ducked out of the way to avoid the hologram Alex kid. That should be terrible. Come on, this bit's not difficult. It's a matter of timing. I don't know if I got just a terrible kind of timing pattern the previous go or not. I don't know. No, that's fine. Right, let's... There we go. Oh, no, 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 don't get screwed over by that. Hit the save. Watch out for rising spikes here. Come up to this area, jump up, and jump up again because there's an immediate trigger. And actually there isn't a save here, so that's not all that very good, is it? But anyway, yeah, if I die, I will probably have to kind of start off... Alright, let's see if we can make the save. I was kind of like going to leave it here, but I'm probably going to shut the game down, so I'll probably have to do all that again anyway. So let's see if we can... I'm probably going to screw this up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fine. We will kick off. We will kick off from here because I can't be bothered. And I will pause the game. Why not? I don't think that hasn't screwed up the recording, but anyway, yeah. I will pause it there. And so yeah, we've seen the very beginning of part 2 anyway. That's the end of part 1. Alex Kidd defeated all 4 Eyeblocks. And yeah, next time, part 3, I will kick off part 2. So yeah, till then, cheerio.